Hello everyone, this is Raphael, and in this video I'm going to be talking about a short film that I made several years ago and how I experimented with a type of camera shot known as the long take. In the early years of film, movies were actually shot in one singular take. Once the first cut was implemented, more possibilities opened up in storytelling. Narratives can be cut from indoors to outdoors, from person A to person B, from now to tomorrow. Because of the cut, shifts in time and space became manageable. But what about the long take? Considering the shot does not have any cuts, filmmakers have to come up with creative methods in changing time and space without the use of any cuts whatsoever. So around 2015, during my undergrad years at UCSC, I had to do a short film project where the whole film was just a long take, no cuts at all. What I wanted to do was to experiment with this type of shot and find ways I could challenge myself with this technique. The film Leviathan revolved around a girl dealing with PTSD and depression due to the death of her significant other. And throughout the film, she has flashbacks of her partner as well as the day that he died. There were a few challenges I knew I was going to face making this long take, but with good directing, preparation, and planning, those challenges soon paid off when I finally completed the film. Now in a long take, making a shift in time isn't that complicated. You could easily just do a time lapse and say that's the transition in time. But in the film, there is a flashback that actually shows the character thinking about herself in the flashback. So the challenge was to make a shift in time, but have it be maintained in the same space. Meaning I have to show the same character twice in that same space. If I had the option to cut, I could have simply cut from the present to the past, and you don't have to see the same character in the same setting. However, I did not have that option. So how did I manage to show the same character in that same location at a different time? Fortunately, I actually knew two friends who happened to be twin sisters, and that actually allowed me to show the same character at the same space in two different times. While there were certain points where I wanted to show the character from both the past and the present simultaneously, there were still certain parts of the film where I only wanted to show the character from the present. And this required me to direct the actress and the actor with the blocking. So during rehearsals, I actually had to go over with the actors and the actresses on where they're supposed to be positioned, where they had to be during specific parts of their lines, during specific parts of the film, when they had to move the positions, when they had to get out of the set and come back in. And it was just a whole process. This was something that I explained verbally and physically, so I had to set a day to go through all of these blockings and positions. After I ran through fractions of the blocking with them, I gradually added more pieces of the narrative until we had the movements and the actions perfected. Because of our rehearsals, this not only made this challenge easier, but also added more relief to my final challenge. Since we didn't have the luxury of editing out mistakes in our shots, we had to actually make sure that the performances of the individuals were perfect the whole time. And we were on a time crunch too, because the actresses had to eventually head back home. So that added more to the pressure of making sure every shot was perfect. Time was of the essence. We couldn't waste any time. We had to use every second efficiently. Thankfully, because of the rehearsals, this made this whole process go a lot smoother. Since we managed to record the film several times in multiple takes, this provided me with enough options to choose from. And from there, I just added the necessary voiceover to the film and made a few color adjustments. And within a couple hours, I completed my film, Leviathan. I think having Leviathan shot in a single take really anchored that past moment in the present. Thinking back, would cuts been more effective in illustrating the trauma that the character was going through? Probably so, but I'm actually really glad that I got to think very creatively with the long take, because being able to show the same character from 2 different time frames was something I could only imagine could have been done by using a cut. And I managed to pull it off without any cuts whatsoever. And I think a lot of the coordination that I had making the film really helped me pull it all together and make sure that everything was blocked perfectly. The film had a very natural flow to it. The transitions from the present to the past and back to the present, it seemed very seamless, and it seemed to be very in the moment. Again, cuts would have been a little bit nicer, but I'm very glad that I got to dive in a little bit more deeper with this cinematic technique. All right, so that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed what you watched, feel free to leave a like and a comment. If you have any suggestions on what else I should experiment with or talk about, feel free to leave that on the comment section below. Also, if you want to see me talk more about stuff that I know about filmmaking or projects that I've worked in the past, feel free to subscribe, follow my Instagram, or follow my Facebook page. Thank you so much and have a great day.